Hey up, Sofa Squad, and we are live back with On the Sofa um, with my co-presenter, Niece.
Oh, we're presenters now. I like it.
I think, well, I guess so, yeah.
Howdy, fuckers, fuckettes, and fucks of the non-binary variety.
How are you?
Well, I haven't killed anybody yet, so refreshingly not in jail. Almost beat the crap out of the guy a few doors down, though. That was fun.
And we've got my number one patron, Greg Hartwick, in the chat, and we've got Godless Sewing in the chat too.
Will, who let you out of the zoo? What did I thought I had a talk with Isaiah about keeping the doors locked. We're gonna have to go over this again.
So, World War III.
Yep. We all gonna go boom now.
I guess that's what we're going to be talking about tonight.
Oh my God, was that your text tone?
I think it was, yeah.
How basic.
Yeah.
I forget what mine is. I think mine is a screaming goat, but my phone is perpetually on vibrate, so I don't even remember anymore. It's either that or Ugandan knuckles.
Okay.
Do you have an iPhone or Android?
Android.
Oh, you're a peasant like me. Download the Zedge app. They have some really cool ringtones, text tones, wallpapers. They have everything. Okay. I have it on mine, and that's how I got the tones that I have. Like my alarm tone is actually Donald Trump singing "Blinding Lights" by The Weeknd. Okay, so here we are, the beginning of World War III.
And we've got Artie with us as well now.
You handsome bastard.
Excuse me. There's only one person here who's allowed to get gay with Mike. And he's sitting right next to me.
Wait a minute.
Josh, someone else is getting gay with Mike. He don't care right now. He's not having it, but I'm sure when he's a little more awake and I tell him you'll be on his shit list. He's not like you very much.
I am totally having it right now.
Is that alcohol?
Well, yes.
You're a lucky bastard. I have to work tonight, or I'd be drunk too. I may or may not have been in contact with the Giggle Bush earlier.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe you need a better job.
Sir, you don't know me from Adam. You have absolutely no idea the shit I have been through. I'm actually at the best possible job I could be at this point. I work in hotels. Don't talk to me about needing a better job. Have you ever worked overnight in a hellhole full of crackheads?
No, but oh, wait a minute. Yeah, I can't. That I have done.
You've done night audit?
Not repeatedly, but I have had a job that required that. I was going to say something else, and now I can't remember what it was. What was your question?
I didn't have one. I was just, being my usual snarky bitch self. Hi, I'm Siamese, and I'm an asshole.
I've been to those meetings. Hi, I'm Artemis, and I'm an asshole.
I wouldn't be surprised if Assholes Anonymous actually existed at this point. But I have no intention of taking any of the 12 steps. I'm quite content with being an asshole.
Yeah, I don't intend to correct it like it's a problem.
Well, it becomes a problem when it's unwarranted, but
What is that?
I have lived through things. I've lived through things and seen things. It's always warranted. I mean, exactly. Mike could tell you. I used to come on here every week, and I always had a story about, guess what these motherfuckers did at work this time? Ah, the old quality in days. Yeah, I'm just a disgruntled hotel professional who has no faith in humanity. And, you know.
Do you often find yourself the smartest person in the building?
More like the smartest person in the town.
Okay.
I'm surrounded by idiots.
Just that level of frustration I'm all too familiar with.
Yes, thank you, Scar.
Ooh, a cigarette. That's a good idea. I think I'm going to hobble myself outside to have one. Yeah, it's funny. I talk a lot of shit, and yet today I walk with a cane. Anyway, so we are starting World War III. Are we okay? I don't think we're okay. I think I'm going to smoke a Newport because I don't feel like trying to find my Senecas. Where the fuck is my lighter? I have to go outside because if I smoke here, the fire alarm gets set off, and I don't feel like dealing with that. I'll just steal my boyfriend's lighter.
So, yeah, I mean, this is on the sofa number 44. But the way things are going, there may not be a number 45.
Well,
I don't think it's going to be that, but it's
well,
not
if
gonna...
only we hadn't had a 45 here in the good old US of A.
Yeah, I think so long as China stays out of it, we can avoid having a glowing atmosphere for a few thousand years.
Well, I don't know. Truth be told.
I can't be convinced that all of the Russian missiles that have buttons to be pushed for them would actually make it out of the silo. I mean, I'm familiar enough with how their science works that there's a reasonable chance that, given the poor design plus neglect equals don't push the red one.
Oh, so what are you, a nuclear physicist?
No, I just have some familiarity with Russia.
Oh, I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know you well enough to bully you about it, so you'll learn that if I like you, I'm mean. When I don't like you, I'm even meaner. Good luck figuring it out.
That's all right. Passive aggressive is my middle name. You can't
I'm active aggressive.
You cannot out passive me. I will aggressive your ass.
I don't do passive. I do active. Just wait. God forbid Stool decides to show himself here. Have you encountered Stool? The blight upon humanity that is Stool?
Yes. I consider him a friend. Not a good friend.
Oh my God. You need help.
That's not in dispute.
Good.
That's without question, that's the case.
Stool hates ducks. That's why my boyfriend doesn't like him. You'll eventually hear my boyfriend in the background. He's sleeping right now, but normally he hits on Mike as aggressively as humanly possible. Poor Mike. I told Joe, oh yeah, I bought the sofa today. Oh really? He got all excited. He may or may not have also started to undo his pants.
Sorry, I had to address the children.
Anywho.
So let's not get off task.
There's like 8,000 fucking bones in this house, and they're fighting over one.
What? Wait, what? Are you talking about dogs? I like dogs.
Yeah, I don't have any kids. Are you kidding? Look at this. What about this?
What
about this says you're not
God,
too selfish to raise children?
Well, dogs can be your children. As a mother, I can say that dogs can be your children, and I have a human child.
As a dog parent, you can't smack your kid in public.
Well, you shouldn't smack your dog either.
Says you.
But
I will beat you with my cane. So what coast are you from?
I will take that cane and beat my dog with it.
we used to have growing up. We had a dog called Jessie, and my mum used to say to me, "Take your sister for a walk."
Wow.
Take your sister. Oh my God. I wish I could have had a pet when my daughter was little, but my aunt is a total no pets person. My mom, however, has a really spoiled cat. We just found out recently that he's a fancy breed, and my mom is convinced this cat heard us talking about it because now he acts like an entitled little brat.
Yeah, my grandma had a cat that winked.
I had a cat that curled up and went to sleep next to the turd after she took a shit.
Yeah, but that was a real thing. Do you really think my grandma's cat winked?
I don't know.
Given that she is the mother of my father who has dementia, I'm going to go with the cat didn't really wink.
Oh, well. What, do you have daddy issues too?
No, but I guess I have concurrent daddy issues. I'm still having to deal with the man.
No.
Oh, I don't deal with mine. Mine had the audacity to ask to meet my kid. I forwarded the email to my whole family and said, "Let's laugh together."
Yeah,
I don't want mine near my kid. I don't even talk to mine. I have nothing to do with him. So anyway, we're in World War III here. We are in World War fucking III here, and here we are talking about pets. That says a lot about American priorities.
Honestly, I've been doing a lot of things to not think about what's going on. I get
self-distraction is a very valid coping mechanism.
My ex is one of her sons is on duty in Poland right now, so got a little bit of anxiety associated with the whole thing. So I, much like her, I just don't even think about it. Although she's way better at it than me.
One of my friends is actually having full-blown panic attacks over this. Because I mean, truth be told, all snark aside, as much as snark is my shtick, this is a bad time we're in.
Yeah,
it's in the ashtray. Go get it.
The last 6 or 7 years have been pretty shit.
I mean, yeah, it all started after they killed Harambe.
Yeah, it's that fucking gorilla's fault.
Yeah.
No, it's not his fault. It's the fault of the zookeepers that shot him. They should have shot the parent to that kid for negligence.
That wouldn't have stopped anything.
Everything went downhill from then on.
Exactly.
If they hadn't killed Harambe, he was the glue. He was the glue holding civilization together, and now he's gone, and look where we are. In a pandemic that may become endemic, and now we're on the verge of World War III if we haven't already entered it. So, how long do we think before the nukes get fired?
Again, I don't think they're gonna. So long as we can keep China out of it, I don't think we're gonna.
I don't know, man. Russia's pretty trigger happy.
I will say there's every chance that, much like a Croatian, some shit gets blown up by accident.
Oh my God.
Who shot Harambe was trigger happy too.
Josh, shut up.
What did he say?
Josh, he said the guy who shot Harambe was trigger happy too. Yeah, I think he's awake because he heard
Harambe needed to die.
Josh, this is Artie, and he was hitting on Mike.
That's my job.
That's what I've heard. So I've been informed.
Well, he just went outside to smoke the rest of the cigarette because I only smoke half of it, and then I give the rest to him. But he does the same for me.
2 hits and put it out. So.
You amateur.
Amateur. Yeah, the 3 heart attacks I've already had because of this fucking smoking have nothing to do with my professional status. Amateur. Smoking 3 packs a day when I had my first heart attack.
Oh, you've had heart attacks. Cool. Welcome to the cardiopulmonary emergency club. I had a pulmonary embolism last year.
How many stents you got?
Thankfully none. I'm just going to be on blood thinners for the rest of my miserable life. I have a rare clotting disorder.
5. I have 5. I have
Congratulations,
the full basket.
Congratulations.
In
Congratulations,
fact,
you're a fucking cyborg.
one of my previous stents got replaced with the last batch.
Congratulations, cyborg. So should we call you C3PO?
No. I'm way more man than that.
I just think you're not polite enough.
I'm definitely not polite.
I gathered that.
You can ask the asshole on Twitter that was whining about how horrible I was and insulting him constantly, even though he started the conversation by saying that he had studied it and there's a reason for him to be a bigot against trans people.
Excuse me?
Yeah, that didn't go well for him for a very long time. In fact,
It shouldn't.
for about 2 hours.
I don't play well with bigots. I honestly play better with stupid people than I do with bigots.
I feel bad that I was on Robert's fucking thread when I did it, but yeah, I spent about 2 hours just beating the shit out of that infant.
That for you?
Felt pretty good. I do feel bad for. I hope Robert muted it because I didn't remove him from it.
Wait, Robert who? Do I know Robert?
Robert Reed.
I feel like I've seen him around.
He's a what is he? What's his? He's got a podcast called. It's not Gin and Barrett, but it's Gin and something.
I could go for some gin right now, but no, I have to work. Be a responsible grown up.
Right. Dude.
So the invasion of Ukraine. Here we fucking go.
You know, the best part about this is that at least for Americans, they will stop calling it the Ukraine, which my generation
that's what annoyed me too.
Well, when it was part of the USSR, it was the Ukraine something. So we just referred to it as the Ukraine.
Yeah.
And it just stuck when they became an independent. We just, we're slow to adapt. Probably the mental plate in our heads that we're all born with.
Well, it does explain why we aren't using the metric system for anything other than drugs.
Yeah. Sir. Okay, how long ago has it been since NASA fucked that? What was it? A telescope that they fucked up because they did their math in English units and everybody else did theirs in metric.
Probably longer than I've been alive.
I know it was way more embarrassingly close to now than that. It was like 2004.
Oh, okay. So before I was anywhere close to legal.
Jesus.
I'm not that young.
The fuck you aren't.
Wait a minute. Mike, say nothing. How old do you think I am?
I don't know how old you are, but my son is 30, and if you don't, no, you're young. Sorry.
No, take a guess. How old do you think I am?
26.
Older.
8.
28. Yep. I just turned 28 last month.
Yeah. So you're young. If I'm allowed to say that my son is young, you're young.
Well, you're a parent. You're always allowed to say that your kid is young.
I know, right?
Mine is
actually that goes away. According to my parents, that goes away once your kid starts having heart attacks.
Well, no, my mom still kind of. She doesn't infantilize me, but I do get yelled at to take my damn pills.
Yeah, if you're not, I would too. But
I sometimes take them. I haven't been as good, but
heart attacks aren't the worst pain I've ever been in, but they hurt.
Pulmonary embolisms are pretty unbearable.
Anywho, do you want to hear Savage Javid talk about the invasion?
Sure. Say that 5 times fast.
Is this the de facto invasion?
Look, we're waking up to a very dark day in Europe, and it's clear from what we've already seen and found out today that the Russians, President Putin, has decided to attack the sovereignty of Ukraine and its territorial integrity. We've always said that's completely unacceptable. We've seen that he has recognized these breakaway eastern regions in Ukraine, and from the reports, I think we can already tell that he's sent in tanks and troops. So I think from that, you can conclude that the invasion of Ukraine has begun.
What are we going to do about it?
There's a COBRA meeting taking place right now, chaired by the Prime Minister. And of course, that will be discussing what action we will take. We have been very clear right from the start of this crisis that we wouldn't hesitate to take action. I understand that the Prime Minister spoke to President Zelensky of Ukraine last night, assured him of our support, but also that we will be introducing sanctions, as we said we always will.
What sort of military support can we offer?
We've already been providing military support to Ukraine now for a number of months, and certainly that's picked up in the last few weeks. I'm sure that will be part of the discussion at the Cobra meeting, and we will continue to provide such support, but also look at how we can take action against Russia through sanctions. And there are measures that can be taken because of legislation that we had introduced last year that will help in responding very quickly. And I'm sure that we make those sanctions targeted as possible to the people that are responsible for this flagrant violation of international law.
Okay, but wait a minute. Wait a goddamn minute.
Ein Minuten bitte.
Wasn't, I know I put this in the Google Doc, aren't the Tories taking kickbacks from Russia?
Yes, and we're going to talk about that.
Two-faced bitch.
Yeah, we have their assets and you have their market. That I'm pretty sure that the thing that Putin is going to ignore or has ignored entirely, which is why I'm fairly certain that he's been getting advice that's contrary to what he's doing, is that Russia can be financially destroyed almost completely, and the people responsible for the financial backing of their capitalism can almost be wiped out with Western banks.
Mm.
So they're in a really fucked up position where rather than just taking their assets, we're going to put a freeze on them. But if you think there's anything keeping one internationally illegal maneuver from being responded to with another one, you're just not thinking straight.
Welcome to the world's wild, wild west.
Yeah, if you think the EU and the United States won't be happy to just take those fucking dollars out of their banking system, you're wrong.
Yeah, but think about it. Putin was probably emboldened by the fact that for 4 years we had one of his puppets installed in the Oval Office.
Yeah,
he was, and he was making money hand over fist from the people that he makes money from because of. I mean, the fact that there's anybody defending Russia. How long has Putin been a thing?
Too long, I mean,
since he was the head of the KGB, he's been the de facto or facto head of Russia.
Pretty much.
He started out. He was elected twice, I think, for a total of 10 years, if I'm not mistaken. And then because he was still popular, but had reached the point where he couldn't run for office again, he created a new office for himself.
Yes. Yeah.
And he's the only person that runs for it. And if that's not a fucking dictatorship, North Korea is a capitalist whorehouse.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I wonder whose side North Korea will be on in this whole debacle.
I don't think they can afford to do anything for anybody.
Mm.
And I would be shocked. I would be shocked if anybody thought that anything he had to say was newsworthy during this.
I mean, Kim Jong-un is a bit of a, he's a bit of a rocket man hothead.
The whole family's inbred as fuck. That's why they're all.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna.
I guess it's the Alabama. I guess it's the Alabama of the Eastern Hemisphere.
The Kim family, yes.
Let me play you guys a clip from the news. This was an interview with Liz Truss.
Oh, another one.
Yeah, it's hang on.
What I'm clear about is that we will target.
Hang on,
Let me show you a picture from May of 2019. This is when Theresa May was Prime Minister. This was from your Instagram. I think the thing you posted with this was Ladies' Night. There you are, next to Theresa May. On the other side of Theresa May is Lyubov Janurkin, who's the wife of a former Russian minister who's given the Conservative Party more than £1.8 million. That makes her the biggest female donor in recent British political history. Her wealth comes from her husband, Vladimir, who has strong links to the Kremlin. Now, in that picture, at the time, there were 6 female cabinet members. Liz Truss, that shows us, doesn't it, that the closeness of the British government to Russian money.
What I can say to you today is that we will target anybody who we believe has links to the Putin regime, who is helping support and prop up the Putin government, and nothing is off the table in terms of who we target.
Are you embarrassed by seeing photographs like that?
No, I'm not. I attended the dinner at the time. I make my decisions as Foreign Secretary on the basis of what is right, and as I said, without prejudice, we will target anybody who is of interest in terms of the Russian regime, who is helping prop up Vladimir Putin's appalling regime, and
go back to your talking point as quickly as possible.
As far as I'm concerned.
Repeat.
Do you think that the money that has been donated to the Conservative Party should be given back?
Obfuscate talking point.
As I've said, there is money donated to the Conservative Party. Everybody.
I bet this ends with, and we will go after anybody.
On the British
blah, blah, blah.
electoral register. They are fully
Insert
vetted.
soundbite here. Insert soundbite
I think it's
here.
very important that we don't conflate people with Russian heritage and Russian background with people who are close to the Putin regime. What I'm clear about is that we will target people who are close to the Putin regime. We will target companies who are supportive of the Putin regime and who are helping prop up the economy.
What did I tell you? What did I tell you? What did I say was going to happen?
You called it. I'll give you that. You called it.
Yeah.
Well, she'd already done it twice, so it wasn't exactly a tough bid.
The best predictor of future behavior.
Well put.
Yeah. So Liz Truss there, saying on one hand, saying that they're going to target everyone. No one's off the table, and yet there's a photograph of her and other ministers
for which she has no shame or embarrassment for.
Yeah.
That tells you everything you need to know.
Even given what's happened in the last 4 hours, she's still unmoved by the notion that she should be a little bit embarrassed that that picture exists.
Yeah.
You unrepentant cunt.
Even Rosalind Carter felt bad about posing with John Wayne Gacy.
Exactly. Jane Fonda and Mao or whoever the fuck it was.
So yeah, there are certain. They say they're going to sanction, these Russian oligarchs, but obviously there are certain Russian oligarchs who they can't sanction because they're bankrolling the party,
and they're kind of English oligarchs.
Yeah,
the entanglement of the royal families cannot be ignored at this point.
No.
Yeah, I mean the way they all interbred had to backfire eventually.
Yeah. Old money is old money, and it's all the same fucking money.
Exactly.
It's like Bin Laden family ties. There's a lot of them.
Yeah. And which brings us to this article from The Guardian.
What the fuck just happened?
You're welcome.
Sorry.
Party funding linked to Russia. How much have Tories benefited? Do you want to take this one, Sinise?
If I could see more than 2 feet in front of my face, it's so tiny.
It is itty bitty.
Okay, I'll read it.
I'm my phone, so I have an excuse. What's yours? You're clearly using a webcam there.
Despite Johnson's denial over input from oligarchs, donations from those Russian business links or Jew nationality boost the Conservatives. And that's a photo there of Alexander Temerko, a former oil company executive.
Is that a
who's the-
toupee?
Probably, yes.
I feel like it's a toupee because it sits too unnaturally on his head.
I think, given the shape of the rest of his head, that's his hair. He's that
What are you,
age.
a cosmetologist?
Well, no, it's just he's that age where he was hip and cool in the 70s, so he's just getting out of having feathered hair and a part down the middle.
No, you know what? That could be a freshly cut mullet.
It's a reverse mullet. It's really short in the back.
You'd think a Russian oligarch would be able to afford a decent haircut, wouldn't you?
When was the last time you saw a Russian with a good haircut?
Well, there's that.
When's the last time you saw any supposed rich guy with a good haircut? Look at Donald Trump.
Yeah, well, that what can't be said is that's an expensive haircut. I don't know how he gets
it looks like he went to a fucking hood barber.
How did he never have different length hair? It was always the same length. It's so weird.
Yeah, because hair is supposed to grow evenly.
Yeah.
Just because it's attached to your scalp doesn't mean it's your hair.
True.
So what the? Yeah.
But he's reported of having donated £357,000 to the Tory party since Johnson took office.
I was actually expecting that number to be a lot higher.
Yeah, it's kind of funny the dollar amounts that have been thrown around so far. We've heard two, and both of them seemed really small because for American politics, where the country's 300 million more of us.
A Labour Party calculation based on Electoral Commission information estimated that donors who had made money from Russia or Russians had given £1.93 million to either the Tory party or constituency associations since Johnson became Prime Minister. Others put the sum higher. Ian Blackford, the SNP's Westminster leader, to whom Johnson was replying in the Commons on Wednesday, said the Tories have raised $2.3 million from Russian oligarchs.
That sounds slightly more realistic.
It's kind of funny that your politicians are allowed to accept foreign money at all. I mean, technically that doesn't happen here except for a huge loophole that makes it obviously possible.
Yeah, really. But you gotta think, our politicians are using the Constitution as toilet paper at this point.
Yeah, one of them is actively wiping their ass with it, and the other one's holding it out saying, not sure I want to touch this.
Well, that's yeah.
Well, it would be perfectly within the Democrats' purview to add more than a couple Supreme Court justices just to account for the fact that the Republicans have stolen one, have put one in place that has no business being a judge, let alone a Supreme Court justice. And just then there's one. And then there's the drunk.
Drunk rapist.
Those are the three options.
Rapist. He's a rapist. Let's not forget that part.
Oh.
Fucking Kavanaugh.
But at any rate, it's so. What was it? A friend of mine made a comment about us having. It was a reference to Republicans and their presidents, their previous president, having an affinity for Putin. And I was like, thing is, he's not even the most recent president to call him Pootie.
Oh my God.
George W. They were tight. They weren't, but they were tight. I call him Pootie.
Well, Bush was just a hapless idiot.
Well, here's the thing I'm willing to accept.
Idiot. Trump is a psychopath.
Bush played himself off as more of an idiot than he actually is once he realized that was the perception of him, which was
Cheney was
brilliant.
Cheney was his fucking puppet master.
Also true, but I'm willing to accept that Bush not quite as stupid as I thought he was. Still dumb as fuck. Still a president, another Republican president that I'm confident and smarter than. That's not a good place for me to be. I'm not comfortable with that. I don't want to feel like I am more intelligent than the person running my fucking country. That's really unsettling. And if I lived in the UK, it'd be the same fucking shit. Because that lunatic motherfucker's like Dom Ford or whatever his name is from Canada.
Stupid is the new normal, though. Stupid is the new average. So you can't really be shocked by it.
90 is the new 100.
I was going to say, I mean, how do you think we feel here in the UK?
Yeah, go through the same shit.
Just about all our government ministers are thick as pig's will. All of them.
Well, there was a time when
they're all incompetent and useless.
U.S. senators had to be intelligent because they were dealing with intelligent other senators.
Well, now it's literally people with brains versus complete blithering psychos who are stupid too.
It used to be that our House of Representatives is where we had all the stupids, but that's where all the poors and the stupids were. And the Senate was for serious-minded, capable, intelligent people. Regardless of what else was going on, they were. I'm not comfortable saying statesmen, as in just men, but that's what it's the word.
Okay, people, people,
but states people sounds made up. Anyway,
okay,
people who were capable of diplomacy, give and take, meeting in the middle.
Yeah,
that died 1998, I think. It's been that fucking long since that was a thing. And now we've gotten to the point where we have abject idiots in both of those houses. One of them, I'm sure there's somebody slapping fire out of the hands, at least some of the people that are in the house. And just because they put the match down, put it down, put the fire down.
Listen. People have to smack fire out of my hands too, and I'm I tested a genius level. I just happen to also be a pyromaniac.
Well, at least you can admit to that. Everybody's got a thing.
I know how to make napalm.
Well,
and yes, I just admitted that on a live YouTube stream. Yeah, I know how to make napalm.
I do too. I don't. It's just congealed gasoline. You can do that by accident.
Yeah, but why would you do it by accident when doing it on purpose is so much more fun?
Yeah, because you can harvest it. If you do it by accident, it's just in your gas tank, and you just gotta buy a new one.
How's it end up in your gas tank?
Congealed gasoline.
Well, I mean, you can always make it, though. You just mix gasoline and kitty litter, gasoline and styrofoam.
Yeah, gasoline and anything that will absorb gasoline, pretty much.
Yeah. Boom, boom, bitch.
Anyways, on to our next story. Number 10 admits Boris Johnson misspoke by claiming Roman Abramovich faces sanctions.
Gee, Boris Johnson put his foot in his mouth. Are we surprised? I know I'm not.
Because he claimed that the owner of Chelsea Football Club, Roman Abramovich, was already facing sanctions, but apparently that's not the case. That's not true.
Of course it's not. If it came out of Boris Johnson's mouth, it's a lie until proven otherwise.
Yeah, but
he's gotten to that level of Trumpism where that's legit.
Yeah,
you don't trust it until you have to.
But
that's where we were with Trump for at least the last 3 years of his presidency, if not
we
from
were
the very start.
We were like that with Trump forever.
Yeah.
We were never not like that with Trump. Let's not get too optimistic. I will beat that out of your head.
I don't know about all of the we, but there are people who change their minds about Trump into the
Yes, the voters. Oh, yes, the cases of voters' remorse.
Yeah, the people that wanted to see it burn, and then once they realized it was lit, were really scared of flames.
Yeah.
Well,
Wait a minute.
there's something to be said for at least those people possess some humanity. Now, the Q-tards, they are scary.
The overlap is.
Are you eating another lollipop? He's got to put something in his mouth.
Shut the fuck up.
I get it. I didn't get to this size by not having an oral fetish.
Oh, I've got an oral fixation and daddy issues, so for a while it made me a very pliable sex slave.
If that were my kink, that might have applied to me as well.
Well, we
I
don't.
was just a man whore. I was just a regular whore for a while. Then I got pregnant and settled down. I had a gay man tell me that he's had more pussy than me, and I'm like, motherfucker. As a straight man, I could have had more dick than you. Fuck you.
I honestly can't actually say for sure that I know exactly what my boyfriend's sexual orientation is. He says he's straight, but then he hits on men for no reason other than his own amusement.
It's either a comfort level or a genuine curiosity, but I'm guessing it's a comfort level.
Well, I don't want to put Josh on blast, but I'm going to go with comfort level.
Josh, just because you like to have a hug and a kiss with another man, it doesn't make you gay.
No, but Josh openly talks about sticking his dick in men's butts. There was an incident about a year ago. We were at my
recollection?
We were at a friend's house, and Josh went to go get something out of my car, and me and our friends were talking, and one of them said something about dick in men's butts, and I was like, don't say that, because Josh will start stripping. And then we look up, and there's Josh walking down the street towards the house with his pants around his ankles, yelling, did somebody say something about fucking men's butts? There was a lot of alcohol consumed for that incident.
Yeah, your boyfriend's a funny guy.
Oh, no, he's just annoying, and y'all think it's funny.
No,
very annoying.
That was objectively funny.
I mean, it was funny. I'll give you that. That was funny, but just wait for in the weeks to come. You'll see just how annoying he can be. He'll literally, I'll hop in the StreamYard, and Mike will say hi, and Josh will snatch my phone. Hi, Daddy. You noticed once he was more alert, and I told him that you were flirting with Mike. He got mad. He's very possessive over what he views as his harem.
I will scratch his eyes out.
Good luck with that.
I don't know why I went Southern and gay, but I will scratch.
Where even are you from? I know you're American, but where are you even from?
Indiana.
That's it.
I'm from an I state.
Oh, you're from Mike Pence land. Okay.
Yes, I am from Pence country.
I am a proud New Jerseyan.
Pronounced with an untry.
I am a proud New Jerseyan.
You put the cunt in country.
I put the P in Pence.
You put the P in Pence. Well, be careful. There was an HIV outbreak over there, and I don't want you to get AIDS.
Did you hear about how he handled the needle exchange?
He didn't.
What a great Christian.
Yeah.
You put a P in pants, I put a penis in butt.
Josh!
I too have put penis in butt.
Be careful, Artie. If he decides he likes you, you're going to be real uncomfortable real quick.
I don't think you know how many gay friends I have.
Josh is the ultimate, no, it's not about being a gay friend. It's about Josh will decide to target you for incessant hitting on.
Which is why I mentioned how many gay friends I had.
Well, There's having gay friends, and then there's dealing with Josh.
There was this thing in the 90s where I was a lot thinner than this and a lot younger than this, and I was a lot tanner than this. And
all right, you ancient bastard. What's the point?
Well, I had a lot of gay friends at that point, and when I wasn't bullshitting when I said that I could have had more dick than the gay guy that said he's had more pussy than me.
Oh, so you were queer bait?
Yes, I was actually. They called me token.
They called you token.
I was everybody's token straight friend.
Oh my god, Josh is just the token. We don't even know what the hell he is. Friend.
I lived in a house with 3 apartments in it. I was the token, or 4 apartments, and I was the token there too. Lesbians lived downstairs, gay guy next door, gay guy at the back of the building back of the house that managed it. That poor bastard.
Josh purposely makes he leaves his orientation ambiguous, just to confuse people. Well, he doesn't want people to know whether he's serious when he hits on them.
Ambiguous is not an option on the Indiana fishing license application.
I said orientation, not gender identity. I don't think.
Hey, why don't you take a bigger step on my fucking joke?
Well,
hey, don't break an ankle stepping on my joke.
Well, my feet are fairly big, so I think I covered the whole thing. I don't need to take another step.
I hope you have strong ankles. Definitely killed that roach and my joke.
I'd like to think I have strong ankles, with how many asses I have to shove my foot up.
A friend of mine said use the word cankles, and I said no, they were bigger than that. They were thicles.
That's horrifying.
My neighbor, he had huge.
You're disgusting, Josh.
Huge mangles.
So, Labour Party calls for ban on Russian broadcaster RT.
That's funny. Although I did notice that they're not on YouTube right now.
Aren't they? Labour leader Keir Starmer says state-backed broadcaster is pumping out propaganda.
Oh, of course it is.
You know what's funny is that when when they're not pumping propaganda, it's pretty good news. I mean, it's a good place to watch somebody else's version of what's being said here, no matter where here is. It's actually worth watching, unless there's something going on with Russia, in which case it's all going to be
bullshit.
Yeah. Labour has called for a ban on the Russian state-backed broadcaster RT, accusing the channel of pumping out pro-Vladimir Putin propaganda. Keir Starmer, the Labour leader, told MPs...
Why would they ever do that?
...that the Russian president's campaign of misinformation should be tackled, starting with moves to prevent RT from broadcasting its propaganda around the world.
Well, let's see how that ends.
Yeah, we'll see how that transpires, shall we?
I don't see that happens very well.
One of my for instances, as far as defending RT as an actual source for quality journalism, is that they weren't big fucking Trump humpers at all. It was
finally someone other than me that uses the word Trump humper.
That was definitely a
although
place.
my favorite is Trumpalumpa or Trumpanzee.
Yeah, Trumpalumpa's my absolute favorite, but I never think to use it.
Trumpanzee is good too, but I feel like it's an insult to chimps because they're supposed to be smart.
I started calling them trumpets very early on, and I stuck with it for a long time. Trumper.
I like Trump humper. I like Trumpalumpa, Trumpanzee. My aunt used to call them Trumpaholics.
That's not bad. That one doesn't bother me.
But the thing is, Keir Starmer
can shut the fuck up.
That as well. But he can say what he likes. he can try to call for anything, but his hands are tied because the Conservatives have a whopping great majority. They've got a majority of 80 seats, so he can call for the RT news channel to be banned in this country until he's blue in the face, unless the Conservative Party agree with him that they should be banned. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, and there's a fat chance of a conservative agreeing with a non-conservative these days, in any sense, in anywhere.
Yeah, there's so few examples of that happening now.
I think the only one I can think of.
The January 6th committee could only get 2 Republicans to even be willing to participate.
Imagine that.
It was a fucking coup attempt, and there's only 2 people from one party willing to participate, but they're willing to say that it was all people from the left that were doing it, but they don't want to be a part of the investigation to figure that out.
Yeah.
No shit. That's why never, ever, as long as I live, and that might be 48 hours, will not vote for another Republican for anything. Dog catcher, sump pumper, I don't give a fuck. No.
I vote for them as rodeo clowns.
Nope. It's got to be more dangerous than that. Boat anchor. The person you throw into a burning building right before you decide to stop using the water to put it out.
Well, no, those are all too tame.
Actually, the second one was about as violent as I could come up with.
That's because I haven't rubbed off on you yet.
Well,
my ideal
my head throwing a person into a burning building was the least I could come up with.
Well, here's the thing. You have to get psychological with it. The best way to torture somebody is to poke a tiny pinhole in their carotid artery while having them bound and gagged and subjecting them to Chinese water torture. That way they bleed to death and go crazy in the process.
I feel like burning witches really cut down on the number of witches.
There were no witches.
I'm sorry. With Pastor...
I also believe death by general population should be a state-sanctioned punishment for pedophilia.
Oh,
Don't put them in protective custody. Throw them in general population and let the inmates find out why they're there. Maybe that horse blower I was telling Mike about a few weeks ago would be taken care of by now.
I'm good with stoning pedophiles. You read?
No, don't stone them. That's too tame.
It's actually less tame or less tame than putting them in open population because they're just going to get stabbed. Way less painful than having all your bones broken.
No. Having all your bones broken is not a guarantee that you'll die.
Yeah,
and you think they're fucking prison inmates.
Not a lot of people walked away from stonings.
You think the lifers wouldn't think of ways to get creative with it? Come on now, they've got nothing to lose. They've got a lot of time on their hands, and what are they going to use their brain power for? They can't really, be thinking of what they're going to do when they get out. So of course they're going to think of ways.
Can we both admit that it would be worth allowing the serial killers to get together to decide how people die?
Oh, that would be full. Oh my God, that's a whole new twist on it. I like it.
Can we agree?
I mean, yeah. I'm here for it. I'm totally here for it.
Yeah. What the fuck is that jacket thing with the hood? What the? Looks like it's made out of shit that they make cat scratch poles out of.
So
it looks like somebody's grandma's quilt was repurposed into a hoodie.
No, those are definitely floor mats or something.
Listen, I can't see. I am on a phone screen. It is tiny. Leave me alone.
The colors are pretty. I'll give it that. But there's no way that's an actual garment.
Imagine looking at that while tripping balls.
So why are Russia invading Chernobyl Why is that happening?
Because it's literally right at the border with Belarus. It was almost incidental that they were going to have to go around it or through it.
If I had to guess, they might want the corium for themselves. But you know what? The joke's
Literally a
on
border
them.
with
You know,
Belarus right there.
well, somebody's going to be dumb enough to go down into that cellar with the elephant's foot, and that I'd pay to see. But not really.
Yeah, actually, I'm gonna look it up. There is an Englishman who has a YouTube channel and he travels. He speaks fluent Russian, and he travels Western Bloc countries and looks for Soviet history. And
Really?
his time in Belarus is kind of hysterical because, well, it's not hysterical. It's gut wrenching, depressing, but it's hysterical in the sense that the people that lead that country are rich as fuck and are living really nice, but the entirety of the rest of the country is living in squalor. But it's like
sounds like capitalism.
It's like post-war Yugoslavia.
Oh,
but it's not post-war. It's just post-Soviet.
Okay then.
Belarus is fucked up. It's an unbelievably corrupt government. It's everybody that gets elected just steals more than the person before them. The guy is fascinating to watch. I'm going to concentrate on trying to find his name so I can share it. It's Bald and Bankrupt.
Bald and Bankrupt.
Great fucking channel name too.
Oh, I'll have to look into that.
It's very entertaining.
But anyway, Zelensky tweeted this: Russian occupation forces are trying to seize Chernobyl. Our defenders are giving their lives so that the tragedy of 1986 will not be repeated. Reported this to Swedish PM. This is a declaration of war against the whole of Europe.
Okay then.
I've heard that said, but isn't the prevailing wind over Europe west to east? I mean, I realized that when Chernobyl popped, there was radiation that spread west, but isn't the prevailing jet stream west to east?
Do we look like meteorologists? We don't know.
I didn't realize I was that much of a weather nerd until right now.
You're starting to worry me.
Am I? I can tell you that there are 2 jet streams that cross the United States generally. If there aren't 2, it's because one of them is crossing Canada and not crossing the United States. But usually there are 2 that cross the United States west to east, which is why
all of this is making my brain hurt.
And 25 or 6 to 4. 25 or 6 to 4.
On a side
English, motherfucker, do you speak it?
25 or 6 to 4.
Has anyone hit you over the head with a tire iron? Because I would like to be the first.
No fucking Chicago references at all. That's just okay.
I've never seen Chicago. You'll learn very quickly that I lived under a rock for a very long time. You're talking to someone who...
A band. Do you have radio where you live?
Oh, the band Chicago. I thought you were talking about the musical. I've heard of them. Peter Cetera, right?
Yes, also part of Chicago. Yeah, 25 or 6 to 4 is one of their big hits.
Not one of their songs I'd prefer.
Okay.
Well, that would explain why you said Peter Cetera.
Don't worry, I'll get to know you enough, and then I'll really hit you where it hurts.
I'll explain to you why everything I just said was fucking hysterical.
Okay, Grandpa.
Anywho, on a side note, I've got a story about Chernobyl that has really stuck with me. I'll never forget this. A year after it happened, I was watching a documentary about it with my dad,
Mm-hmm.
and there was two. There are two people going around in radiation suits, and there was a there was obviously a cameraman with them as well, and I guess he was all suited up as well, and they were filming, they're having a look around Chernobyl basically, and there was this old woman in one of the in the windows of one of the buildings, staring at them, and one of the presenters asked the guy he was with, who's that woman and why is she there? And he said, I don't know, but she's not supposed to be there. And
People tend to not want to leave their homes, so
yeah, and it kind of freaked me out a little bit. It was kind of it was kind of creepy, the way she was just staring at them. It was weird. So anyway, I just made me think, why didn't she leave? Anyway, that image has kind of stayed with me.
I just read a quote today. It was from Khrushchev. It was quoted as saying that dinner at Stalin's house was always exciting because none of the attendees knew if their driver was going to take them home or to prison.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Imagine Putin's much different.
Mm.
Did you see the meeting he had with his security council where they're sitting 30 meters from him in a room?
Yes.
And he's in a chair like with a podium, and then everyone is surrounded him like a rainbow, but nowhere close to him.
Mm.
Okay, do you agree with me?
What?
Okay, good. You agree with me? Good. Okay, and you? Do you agree with me?
What?
The fuck are you gonna? And it's on national TV.
Yeah.
Holy shit. There's no fucking pressure to comply there.
No, not at all.
Shit. You want to watch yourself be killed on TV? You can't because you'll be dead.
Mm. Have
He
either of
wouldn't
you?
be that ballsy, would he?
Fuck yeah, he was. At that point,
Yeah,
I
I
think
get it,
I
yeah.
think he's. Yeah, I'm pretty sure his own dick is so far up his own ass he can't stop having orgasms.
Let's not. You can't talk about dicks and butts with my boyfriends here. Oh, Jesus Christ. Who the fuck is at this door? Who the fuck is at this damn door?
Putin's dick and Putin's asshole.
Oh dear. Anyway, we've got time for a Marjorie Taylor Greene story.
Oh, here we fucking go. This dumb fucking cunt bitch. I hate her. I hate her so much. So, when you hear the name Alex Jones, what do you think of? What's the first thing that comes to your mind when you hear the name Alex Jones? Let's go around the room here, and we can all discuss what we think of when we hear the name Alex Jones.
Less crazy than this bitch.
I don't know, because he was talking about water turning frogs gay. That's pretty crazy. Alex Jones is the known king of this crazy, stupid people.
Mm.
So here's the fucking...
He teaches this bitch.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. So the king of the crazy, stupid people is hosting another crazy, stupid person
Yeah,
who's whining about, they treat me like a crazy person. Bitch, you're a stupid crazy person.
You're fucking insane.
Nobody asked you.
How did this woman get anywhere near the levers of power? I don't
Again,
get it.
how much of the last 6 years have you missed?
They're all crazy people.
Josh, I'm gonna shove my foot so far up your ass, your dick is gonna fly off. I swear to God.
I'm gonna use your dick as a toe condom.
What? So good.
He'll probably enjoy that.
Maybe for a while, but I'm pretty sure it'd get tiring real fast.
Oh, I don't know. But no, Josh doesn't get stuck. He sticks.
Yep.
Oh, he's a sticker.
Yeah, I don't get stuck. I stick.
Stop humping the air. I'm not turning my camera on for anybody to see that either.
Speaking of sticky,
So yeah, Marjorie Taylor Greene opened her mouth and she's whining because, oh, they treat me like a crazy person. Bitch, you literally screamed into AOC's mail slot.
Yeah.
Talking about gazpacho police on national television the other day.
yeah,
Oh God.
she's not.
Gazpacho? Josh, go away.
She's not just stupid. She's nutty.
Crazy stupid.
Yeah, she's nutty.
I don't know, probably.
I don't think there's any reason to shy away from the notion that while we all know none of us is qualified.
You don't shut up about gazpacho. I'm gonna fucking stick your head in gazpacho.
Lady's a little nuts. She's a little nutty.
Oh,
Congratulations, Artie. You've won understatement of the week.
Did I?
Yeah.
What do I get? An oven mitt?
Oh my God! Wait a minute! An oven mitt? That's what my uncle used to give people. Did you know him?
We fucking met a long fucking time ago.
Oh, you met my uncle? Wasn't he great?
No, you and I have met.
Me and you?
Yes.
When did we meet?
Year and a half ago.
I don't remember you from Adam.
Didn't say you should. I'm just saying that we did.
Where? When?
It was on a live. Well, I don't know if it was a live stream. Come to think of it, but it was a stream.
It had to have been a stream because I've never met you in person.
Yeah, no, you've never been to my house.
Why would I? Okay.
I don't know. Do you trick or treat? I don't know.
Well, I have a 4-year-old, so technically.
So maybe. I mean, it's possible. It's
I
really
live in New
unlikely,
Jersey,
but-
pal. You're from Indiana. I live in
Yeah.
New Jersey. No, there's no way.
Yeah, I'm like 45 minutes from Michigan.
Oh, lovely. But no, no, my uncle was a good guy. Yeah, I actually might have one of his oven mitts. I think he gave me one for Christmas. My mother has one.
It has been confirmed that mine was the only video to ever make it on the show that wasn't there to be made fun of.
On what, movie night?
Yeah.
Well, was this before or after he died?
Well, before.
Okay, good. Yeah, because you don't want to you don't want to participate now because movie night was hijacked. The person running it was never supposed to take over after he died.
Okay, well,
And I realized
there's a small group of some of us that are going to do a thing very similar, but not try to steal anything or use anybody's.
I'm here for it. Just tell me when.
Yeah, okay.
But anyhow, so yeah, Marjorie Taylor Greene opened her crazy bitch mouth. You know, oh, they treat me like a crazy person. Bitch, look in the mirror. Look in the fucking. You said a Jewish space laser started the California wildfires, and then you wonder why you're treated like a psychotic imbecile.
But you can't really talk to somebody who owns a bunch of gyms to look in the mirror, because that's all that bitch ever does.
I can if she has the lack of self-awareness.
She spends a lot of time looking at herself in mirrors.
Yeah, well, not hard enough.
Well, she's not looking at herself. She's looking at the image of herself, and she's happy with that.
Yes, her full self-image, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, she doesn't. She what was I can't remember it's a Steely Dan lyric. It's something about rivers shallow and rivers deep, and
I do not listen to Steely Dan.
It's not my fault. Anyway, it's the lack of depth is reflected on her face.
Yeah, She's got a very, what my mother calls a very bovine expression.
I like that. I like it. I like it. I like it a lot.
Cows are just so, vacant in
Yeah,
their
first of all, that's funny as fuck. Second of all, I just realized that a bovine expression insult, bovine eyes, not an insult. If a woman has bovine eyes, it's not, you got fucking cow eyes. That's not really what's being said there. But when you say bovine expression, it's just that blank, what the fuck look.
It's just blank, unthinking, unaware,
Yeah.
oblivious.
Why are you here? Did you bring anything fun? You got a balloon? You know what? We would all love a balloon. Somebody would just bring us a balloon.
I could go for a balloon. Yeah, oh my god! You know what? That just gives me an idea. One of these days, I'm gonna get a helium balloon just so I can breathe in the helium and talk in the funny voice for the entire show.
I'm gonna get one and take it to a bunch of cows. I'm gonna film I live very near Amish country. Amish guy owns this house.
You live in Indiana, of course. It's all farmland over there.
Yeah, all of it. Yeah, the 200,000 people that live around me, middle of farmland. Like New Jersey isn't fucking farmland when you get out of any fucking town. Of course it is.
It depends on the part of New Jersey. Fuck you very much. Do I need to break this down for you? I will break it down.
The cities.
I will break down exactly what New Jersey is. There are subdivisions of New Jersey. It's not just North, South, and Central. There are subsections of South and North Jersey. Central Jersey is the perfect melting pot. That's where I live. There's the northeast half of North Jersey that thinks they're part of New York and they're trying to kill you when they get behind the wheel. There's Northwest Jersey, which is where the neighbors have pet goats. And there's also a town there called Buttsville, which is home of Hot Dog Johnny's, one of the best hot dog joints you've ever been to, if you like buttermilk and birch beer.
Yeah, if you want a good dog, you got to go to Butts.
Buttsville, yeah.
Get a good wiener in Butts.
Buttsville. Shut up. Then you get South Jersey, and that's a little more complicated. You got Atlantic County, which is hookers, drugs, and gambling, because, Atlantic City. You get Cape May and Ocean, Cape May County, where all the old people go. There's the Jersey Shore region, which is not incorporated into North, South, or Central. That's just the shore region. And then you've got fucking Camden and Burlington counties, which think that they're part of fucking Philly. And then you get Southwest New Jersey, which is what I call Jersey Bama.
I think we can all say that what you have done is made all of us want to visit New Jersey.
Well, actually, you should. New Jersey's awesome.
It's all shit, but you should see it.
New Jersey is not all shit. Central Jersey is wonderful. I love it here. I forgot how much I like living here. I lived in Philadelphia for a year and a half.
Oh, shit.
I hated it. I hated Philly. The cheesesteaks weren't bad, but I hated Philly.
I lived in what is this?
I miss New Jersey. I miss New Jersey and the delicious diner food and the fact that there's actually decent fucking pizza out here. What do you have?
I moved within smoke distance of Long Beach right after the riots in 92. The Rodney King riots. Which was a great time for somebody as white and Indiana as me to move to what turns out was the birthplace of the Bloods and the Crips. And luckily, the Bloods and the Crips were gone. But unfortunately, they were Vietnamese and Mexican gangs that replaced them.
Doggies!
All right. Don't make me euthanize one of you.
You're a terrible human being.
Dark enough?
You're lucky you're a few states away. I would bash you over the head with my cane.
I
for
love
that.
my dogs, and so can you for 15 or 20 bucks.
Why does that sound horrifically bestiality like?
Because that's the way I meant it.
Oh dear.
What is missing in your head? Like, I need to know. What are you,
Wait
the
a minute.
American version of stool?
Have I already spent too much time around you? Is that what's happened?
You're like the fucking. You're like an Americanized stool.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
I won't call that flattering.
It's Stool's fault. It's all Stool's fault.
Yeah,
Everything is Stool's fault.
Stool made me this way.
Yeah, he did.
It's Stool's function in life to take the blame.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Where is he?
Okay,
He hasn't had the. Stool never shows the guts. Stool never has the guts to show his face on any stream I have any part of because he can't take the heat, so he decided to stay out of this kitchen. I mean, one of these days you'll see it for yourself. I just go at him and go at him and go at him, and I do not stop. Hi, puppy.
I know that you know better, but Eddie here was beaten profoundly before I got him. And he has turned out to be one of the best mentors of a puppy I've ever seen. And
He's a good boy. Oh, look at the puppy.
My veterinarian was shocked to hear that not only did he allow her in the house, but that he bothered to mentor her, let alone be a good mentor. Based upon how I described him when I got this dog got beat the shit out of.
Baby.
Anyway, shall we
cuddle the fuck out of that dog.
He's eating spaghetti.
He's a good puppy. Look at the puppy.
Anywho,
so all the shit I talk about my dogs.
You're a lying sack of shit. They are so cute.
We'll just we'll watch this clip and we'll wrap things up.
Are you trying to kill our brain cells?
And it just bothers me so much. They treat me as if
my
I'm
ears are
some
bleeding.
kind of crazy person, or like I have 30 lines coming out of my head. But what they don't understand is they're the ones that are crazy, and they're the ones that are
well, that's the gaslighting that they're engaged in. I mean, if you look at it,
that's not how that word
trends
works.
Worldwide are to populism and the
You
people.
keep on using that word. I do not think it means
and deep down they know that they're trying to gaslight us. At least
we're not trying to get you to remember something that didn't happen. That is not
Alex.
Actually does think you've got 5 heads or I've got 6 heads, and that they actually believe their own BS.
I think they're really scared of the American people because here's what they do know. They know that if the American people actually woke up from the dream that they're living in, the so-called American dream, where it's more like entertainment at like Roman games or something like that.
No, listening to you run your fucking mouth is more like a trashy soap opera, you dense bitch.
There is nobody I would rather watch die in a tornado.
Well, careful if you should get into a tornado. She might start up on a fucking broom.
Seriously, I want that to be captured on film, not digital. I want the real shit.
But talk about projection.
Really?
Oh,
God,
dear.
my ears bleeding. Thanks a lot. You had to play the video. You had to do it.
Come on, Barbie. Let's go party.
I thought you were going to Joe's.
Joe's asleep.
Oh, okay.
She spends a lot of time in turtlenecks. I can't be the only person to notice that.
So either she's getting beat or she's into some kinky shit and doesn't want her bruises to show.
I don't think she's getting beat.
I'm
pretty sure her husband's gay.
Wouldn't shock me.
No, I'm pretty sure he's built like a fag.
Now, let's not use homophobic slurs.
That's not homophobic. That's just a description of how the man's built. He's huge. They own gyms.
Listen, as the girlfriend of a suspected gay man, I resent that.
Sus.
And
actually, I can't even say suspected gay man. Josh flaunts his ambiguous sexuality. He's like Stewie Griffin in adult male form.
oh dear.
He's like the Stewie Griffin. He's like the Stewie Griffin of long-haired, skinny white boys. You don't really know what he actually likes in terms of genitalia. You
might like a cloaca every now and then.
No, he literally sits there. He literally sits there and openly tells me about all the intricate plots he has to be able to put his dick in my best friend's boyfriend's butt. And I just go with it because I don't see any point fighting it, because if I try to fight it, he'll get more gung-ho about it.
Yeah,
if I just roll with it, he might get bored after a while.
Exactly. I don't feed the fixation.
Yeah, I just kind of, okay, you know what? Go ahead. Go ahead.
Maybe talk about what a crappy butt he's got. Maybe he's got a flat butt, or he's got corners on like a coffee table.
Actually, you know what? He does talk about men's butts a lot. We were watching RoboCop, and he wouldn't stop commenting on RoboCop's butt.
He did have a really flat fucking butt, though. They put him in this really awful outfit that just showcased what a flat ass he had.
No, no, we didn't watch fucking not the new one, the old one, the Peter Weller RoboCop.
Oh, okay.
What kind of classless shit fuckers do you think we are? I've never watched the
classless shit fuckers, not just shit fuckers. It's okay to be a shit fucker. Classless shit fucker, that's a step too far.
Let me explain something to you, you overly used fucking tampon.
you second date Kool-Aid of a human being.
Oh dear.
You are literally the remnants of the Flavor Aid in a Jonestown paper cup.
You know, being from Indiana, cut me deep.
Yeah, you know what? I do that a lot. I like to stick the knife in there and really twist it around at least 1,020 degrees.
For those that don't know, Jim Jones had his first, the church that he had, the last church he had in the United States before he got kicked out was in Indianapolis, which is where Mike Pence is from. It's not like religious extremism is rampant in Indianapolis.
Did you guys know that my ex-husband idolized Jim Jones?
Like legitimately or sarcastically?
Yes, legitimately.
Yeah,
my ex-husband is a complete fucking psycho. You'll hear a lot of me bashing him because he's a fucking
I am going to agree with you on that point alone.
Well, he's a woman-beating shit fucker who's the reason I have a dent in my skull.
None of that surprises me based upon the first thing you told me about him.
He also went viral on YouTube for shitting his pants on a ride.
Okay.
I could actually send you the video for that if I wanted.
I'm not sure I want to throw anything at that, but
I mean, it was on Ridiculousness with Rob Dyrdek, so.
Okay, so he's already been paid.
No, I got paid. Are you fucking kidding me? He didn't get a dime. I capitalized off his misery and shitty behind that I had to clean up.
Then by all means, send me that shit.
Oh, fuck yeah, I will.
Anywho, on that bombshell, I'm going to thank you guys for joining me this evening.
No problem. I found the new butt of all my jokes.
Thanks to Greg and Will who joined us in the chat, and do join us next week for On the Sofa 45. And until then, good night.
Good luck. I hope tomorrow's better than today was.